Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Happy Era podcast with Beck and Dom.
Hey.
Today, we're going to be talking about why we think there needs to be more unhinged girlies on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is something that we really started taking seriously over the past year, and it has helped us grow professionally, and it's helped the business grow. And I'm not even going to bother. Like, I'm going to toot my own horn right now. Like,
yeah, toot it.
We're fucking cool on LinkedIn.
We actually kind of are.
Like, mic drop. So yeah, today maybe let's just kick it off by starting about like, what is your LinkedIn strategy, Dom? Like, is there rhyme or reason to it? Do you post intuitively? What do you post about? Yeah, give us the skinny.
So LinkedIn strategy, very unstructured. I don't have a schedule. I kind of vibe post whenever I want to, but there is a common theme, which is just be real, have fun with it. And that just guides me so much because I have kind of no reins on LinkedIn. And I think that's what people come back for because they just don't know what they're going to read that day. Whether it's me talking about something crazy that we did, posting a fun video that we made, sharing the lows. I always share, like, if we're having a really hard time with something, asking a question, whatever it is, there's no rhyme or reason. And we do just get unhinged. We get a little silly. I feel like I give both of us, we give the real behind the scenes of what's happening at Beck's Broth. And if you're not familiar with LinkedIn, it's more of a professional networking space. I learned how to use it when I was in university, and like, it's typically where you go to make a profile if you want to get a job. And that's what you see, a lot of corporate words and jargon and things like that. And we're just out here posting the wildest shit.
It's like the wild, wild west.
Yes.
On both of our profiles. And I do think that's such an advantage and a luxury that founders have and entrepreneurs have. It's like, nobody can fucking fire us.
No.
I mean, sure, society could cancel us if we do something real crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it's not like we can say whatever we want. We don't have to worry about our boss breathing down our neck.
No.
So we can truly get unhinged. And I think that's so refreshing for the people that are actually using that platform, because they're probably not on like social medias like Facebook and Instagrams all the time. And they're going to LinkedIn to really help, I guess, like, socialize with people in the industry, but it's all fucking boring. And like, so we just want to break up those boring posts and just make you laugh or make you realize, like, hey, there's still real humans out here just trying to like jog along. But yeah, I think the same thing goes with like my LinkedIn strategy. It's very intuitive. I don't post. I don't like block time for me to write posts. I know that you love time blocking, but time blocking just does not serve me ever. I typically work out of, like, if I'm procrastinating a hard task, that's when I get my best writing done. When I'm like, hey, like, I need to have this report done, or I have a meeting in 20 minutes that I could be preparing for, let's drop in and write a LinkedIn post. Like,
oh yeah, we know she's busy when LinkedIn's popping off.
And that's where I just have like so much fun. And I think my ultimate goal there is just to like make people laugh. I think I've always loved just being a little silly and saying some things that are a little like crazy, and like, it makes people feel human again.
Yeah.
Which I think is just so important. I've worked in corporate before. It can get very boring. It can get very dry. And like, when I left corporate, I really like made a promise to myself to just don't be fucking boring. Like, be unique. We're all so unique if you literally peel back some layers. So like, why are we hiding that? Like, it makes it it makes us who we are. Sorry, words escaping me.
Exactly.
But not only that, but I mean, showing up who you truly are and like sharing those highs and the lows, it helps propel your business further and faster.
Oh,
and we've gotten so lucky with the connections that we've made on LinkedIn.
Yeah. I used to be afraid of showing up. Like, I would overthink sharing something that was a little bit embarrassing, especially even when I was in school and I had my first business, and I felt like I still had the university watching me. What are people going to think if I say this? Or what if I like out myself on something that I messed up? Are they going to think any differently of me? And I've just kind of blocked out the haters, blocked out the noise, not like physically blocking, but just not thinking about it and sharing more authentically. And something really cool that's come out of it is the friendships that you build when you're actually yourself, even if it's still online. That's how we've been able to build such a cool community. That's how we have the best team, because we show who we are as a team. And when people apply to work with us, it's because they know who we are and they know what they're getting themselves into.
And that extends to investors as well.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I don't need to be scared in front of our investors because they know who we are.
Yeah.
And they still want to vouch for us and give us their money. Like, okay, slay down. Like, I never need
slay down.
I never need to pretend to be someone that I'm not. No. And then as soon as you drop your ego, then you can just literally like, you don't have that imposter syndrome.
No,
you're being who you are.
Yep.
People love you for it.
Yep.
It's like the biggest gift that I feel like we both have learned over time is just to, be who you are.
And
loud and proud.
Talk about confidence walking into a room where, people might know you from LinkedIn, but you're proud of who that person is.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that we have a community who loves us. And maybe it's not everyone. Maybe people think we're annoying. I don't know. But the people who are in our corner genuinely love us, and they make us feel so supported when we walk into an event. And that confidence just trickles through life. Like, you promise to yourself that you're going to show up on LinkedIn. You do. That's step 1 for confidence. Then your community reinforces what you posted. Like, that's step 2. And then now you just know more people and you like more people. And it really just builds over and over.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of going back to the investors, something that really helped us was we thought we were talking to investors for the first time. They've been watching us.
Mm-hmm.
They know everything that's going on in the business.
Mm-hmm.
And even though they're now part of our community, they're waiting for our posts because that's how they find out about what we're doing. I don't think we're really going to talk about this, but something cool that comes out of posting online is you actually get to maintain your relationships in a cool way, because we're busy. We don't always have time to update every single person about something cool that happened, but you post on LinkedIn and the people who are in your algorithm are going to see it. And then that's a conversation starter next time you guys hang out.
Total conversation starter. And even like aside from that, I mean, we've developed so many incredible connections via LinkedIn, but even like how they transpire into real life, like last year, for example, when we went to CHFA, Vancouver, we had all of our inventory was lost and wasn't going to make it to the trade show. And I was on the airplane, and the guy beside me, I had never met before, but he knew that I was a part of the CPG industry. He overheard a conversation I was having with like my mentor that was like sitting in front of me on the plane, which was like another crazy coincidence. And he was actually from our industry, and he's like, oh, like maybe you can make a LinkedIn post about it, or like go to your distributor on the West Coast and see if you can pick up more product. I'm like, a LinkedIn post, genius. So like I shared like this story after like I didn't make the LinkedIn post at the time, but once the problem was solved and I was able to get the inventory and the day was saved, I made a LinkedIn post about this experience before the trade show started, and it blew up online. And then that was the best icebreaker for the trade show, because everybody that came by, whether I knew them or I didn't know them, they were like, oh my God, I saw that you just had this whole ordeal with losing your inventory and finding it again. Like, what was that like? And it was a crazy icebreaker that immediately made us feel like we were already connected and had that like a foundation of a relationship started. So there wasn't any awkward back and forth conversations. It was like, hey, like, let's talk about this because I know this just happened to you. So it was such a great way to like have a successful trade show by just feeling like you have 1,000 friends in the room that have seen what you went through
right away.
And just even besides that alone, like we are growing so quickly as a business on social media, on LinkedIn, and like in retail, but like retailers are seeing this. So now retailers are seeing us pop off online, and they're seeing the people comment on our stuff and like validating our success. And they're like, hey, well, now I want a fucking piece of that. Like, get into my store, because I see these people that I've had in my network for years interact with you. Like, you're just like the bee's knees. And like, now I want to get to know you. And it's been a really rewarding thing to like dedicate time to this year. And it's just helped, propel us so far. And I've enjoyed every post that we've made. Yeah. They're all fun.
Speaking of posts, what is your favorite post that you made this year?
Okay, we did just pull up our LinkedIn analytics. There was a couple, I mean, they're all unhinged, but there was a couple that definitely made the cake. So let me just go back into my analytics. I'll do the past 365 days. There's 2 on there. One of them was when I did like a little recap on an event that I spoke at the previous night. I said something on the panel.
That was the one. Yeah.
Somebody asked me, as a founder, what do you do to unwind when everything goes sideways? And I was saying in a room full of women, and I just said, you know what? Like, why sugarcoat this? Like, I literally smoke a joint. Like, I get fucking baked, and I sit in my backyard, or I sit my ass down on the couch. And like, that was such a raw moment where like I was not expecting the crowd to like completely erupt in laughter. I thought people were gonna give me a look like, girl, like, this isn't high school, we're in a professional setting, be real. But everybody loved that honesty, and I was like, oh my God, like, okay, celebrity, everybody clapping for me. I loved it. It made me feel like, wow, I can use my honest voice and people will still show up and appreciate that. So what did I do? I took that example and I put it on LinkedIn, and it blew up. The comments were hilarious. Everybody wanted a piece of that post, and they're like, wow, like somebody finally had to say it. Like it doesn't get much realer than that. And and that was like another solidifying thing that made it like, okay, like I don't need to have fear here. And like I can make fun of myself, or I can be a little bit edgier. And then like another top performing post that I made was like my second viral post, where it was like, I literally took this shitty review that we had on Amazon, which was crazy, by the way. And I took this review, and this guy pretty much saying that he like shit himself like from our bone broth coffee, and like tried to put the blame on me. So then I screenshotted that review. I didn't block out his name because fuck you. You're going to roast me publicly. I'm not going to block out your name.
We're going to roast you right back, Mr. King.
So I literally like just put the screenshot on there, and I said, God forbid I actually have fun running my business. I'm sorry, Lupe, that you shit yourself. And people just die.
Every
like,
time I read that one, I die. Lupe.
And I just feel like that encourages us to have like fun. It's like, like business is work, but it can also be very playful. It's just how you choose to show up and put the work in.
Yeah, because you could have taken that to heart and like Loki sulked about it all day.
I could have sulked about it. I could have never shown that to anyone.
We could have tried to delete it and like destroy the evidence as quickly as possible.
We laughed at our pain because that's what we know how to do best.
It was so funny. I loved that post.
What about you? What are your top performing posts?
Yeah, so one of the top performing posts was after a bad day when I had a literal cry nap on Macy's couch in Toronto when one of our favorite employees quit. She quit because she got her dream job. Little disclaimer.
Kudos to her. We love her.
We love you. But I captioned it what it actually looks like when your business is popping off. And it was a picture of me just like post nap looking horrible. And I just shared, cash is tight. We had no money. One of our key hires just left, and our biggest launch is a few days away. And I just said, this is the chaos you don't see on Instagram. And I just needed someone to vent to. I was just over it that day.
And kind of, you just need someone to be like, that's fucking shitty, Dominique.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want everyone to be like, oh, it's okay. It's gonna get better. It's like, no, tell me this fucking sucks.
It does suck.
And it'll get better. But God, validate me.
Yeah. And just even going through the comments, people were just either making fun of me in a cute way, like, did you nap with a retainer stuck to your leg because I had just woken up, or just offering to talk, offering a second opinion, and
sharing their stories too.
Sharing their stories and just making me feel like I'm not the only one. And that was one of the first times where I actually shared some embarrassing things. Like, that was the first time someone actually quit on me. Like someone quit on you like a few weeks before, but like fully on me. And that just like, it really sucks. It hurts. It makes you question yourself as a leader. Even though she said all the right things, it just didn't make it any easier. And then to share that online also felt kind of embarrassing.
It's vulnerable.
It's vulnerable, yeah. And also just showing that side of myself that isn't okay, and always not trying to find the bright side. Like, I wasn't looking for the bright side that day. I wanted to feel bad for myself.
Pity party, which is what we talked about this morning. We're allowed to have pity parties.
Yeah. And still not feel like I'm losing my credibility.
Yes.
That was really cool. And then another one of my posts was, I mean, there was a couple vulnerable ones. One of us losing almost $100,000 potentially on something. And the other one I wanted to share was, I just was talking about my dad. I needed a filler post one morning. I was at the gym. It was after my birthday, so I had a cute picture with him that I looked good in, so I honestly wanted to post it.
Flex.
And I just said, he hangs up a CEO hat when he walks into the house. At dinner time, he disconnects from work. And I just asked people, like, do you hang up your hat or do you work all night? And I think it just prompted a really interesting discussion, because I think we all kind of battle with that no matter what job we're in. If we're in school, at work, do you keep going because you have an extra few hours to get it done, or do you fully show up for your family? I think that's something that cognitive dissonance that we all have. And
whoa, that's a crazy word. I've never heard that before in my life.
Come on.
What is it? What do you say?
Cognitive dissonance.
It's I'm gonna need you to spell it for me.
If I butcher it, it's pretty much like when you have the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other.
Okay.
And you like don't know which way to go. It's like you're doing something bad in a church.
Ooh, naughty.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
So just to round that off, being real and authentic on LinkedIn, those posts that are unfiltered, not written by ChatGPT, because those ones go nowhere.
And it's just so fucking boring to read. Like, what are we talking about here, guys? Like, we need some real life shit.
Yeah. And the stupid AI comments, I just want to delete them.
They pretty much just reiterate your post in like 3 words or like 3 sentences, and it's like, hey, like I just wrote this post, I don't need you to reiterate it back to me.
No,
you know,
I didn't ask.
it's very, you can definitely spot the AI responses.
Thanks for clarifying what I just said. Like, for real. Yeah. I have a question for you. We didn't pre-discuss this one, but for someone listening who maybe hasn't gotten there with just fully being themselves, whether it's online or in person, you have a knack for just being yourself. You can make yourself look bad and laugh at it and somehow make people like you even more. Do you have any advice for someone trying to become more unhinged or relatable?
Yeah, I think just don't try and make it all about you to start with. If that makes sense. So like you can still use these platforms and not be the center of attention. And if you're still feeling a little like you don't know how to do it, just go on there and start commenting on people's posts, you know?
Love.
Like get your foot in the door, get familiar, like start conversations with people. And then honestly, just sit there and write about like, or sit there and think about like, okay, well, like what are like 5 things that I could write about right now? Like what is something that I've learned? What is something that I could teach? Like I know that we often like even share some case studies of like, oh my God, we did this and then we learned this. It's like at the end of the day, you want to make people like laugh. You want to be a little bit more relatable, or you really want to like provide some high level education about like something that you've learned in like real time, like case studies. But I think if you just don't know how to get started, get familiar with the app by commenting on people's posts first, and that'll make you feel a lot safe and less like a little weird fraudulent like industry person on LinkedIn. Like it doesn't need to be scary. It can just be so real. I think that's probably my first tip of advice. And then once it gets the conversation going, it just kind of makes you want to show up more. And it's like, oh, like my friends are here, or like there are people here that I can talk with. And then it kind of gives you that voice that I feel like you should just be compelled to use. But yeah, I feel like sometimes LinkedIn posts, like I'll get a great idea, and typically like when I'm like pretty much baked and I'm like, hey, oh my God, this is a great LinkedIn post, like, and I'll write down the title and then I'll work on it. You don't need to like, I mean, no post, like when I'm sitting on my couch high as fuck trying to write a LinkedIn post, it's gonna need to be reworked.
Oh yeah,
but the bones are there. The foundation has been laid. Sure, I'll round back a couple hours later or the next day being like, okay, like let's pull this apart. Let's kill some babies. Let's make it better. Let's wrap it up with a bow.
Kill some babies.
That's like a writer's term.
Oh, is that a writer's term?
Yeah, you got to go in and kill your babies, pretty much. It's like say you write an essay or a story or a poem, and since you wrote it and you've put in your work and you love it, but it's too long, or it doesn't really like slap the way you want to slap, but every sentence is still so important to you because it's come from you. So you need to kind of kill some of those babies.
Kill some babies.
Figuratively, not literally.
Yeah.
God, I just was going to finish that up real nicely, but I lost my train of thought. But it doesn't need to be perfect.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things, practice. And sometimes those filler posts, like you just mentioned about like the one that you posted about your dad, can become some of the best posts, and the best things can come from them.
Yeah.
So you don't always need to strive for that top performing post where, oh my God, this is literally going to slap. It's like, no, sometimes when you just like kind of drop your ego and be a person and say, hey, like I just need a little filler post. I haven't said anything in a week. That can create a lot of great conversation.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the opposite is true too. Sometimes you might make the best post in the world and it just might not get picked up.
It didn't go anywhere.
And that's okay too. You can try again. You can literally repost the same post with a different first line, and that might be what changes it. One piece of advice that I got at a panel was, don't worry if your post isn't good. The algorithm won't pick it up anyway.
Ah, great advice. I
love that because on LinkedIn, I've been dabbling with just posting about different topics. I love to nerd out. And there's certain topics where I just want to nerd out with someone, and I might not have someone in my life to nerd out about it. So I'll post about it on LinkedIn, and sometimes no one comments on it. And other times I'll post about something maybe more fitness or health related, and people just eat it up. And that's just like a good piece of advice. So just remember that if it's not good, it's okay. No one's going to see it.
Posting on LinkedIn also is such a cheat code. And I know this is something that you and I loved. We love to collect our cheat codes in business, right? Like I just feel like there's a way that you can work smarter or work harder. And I feel like we love to, figure out what fucking drives the needle so far. And for example, like posts where there's so many industry experts online and so many people that know what the fuck they're talking about, but then also there's others that don't know what they're talking about. Yeah. But you know what? You just got to be aware. Take everything with a grain of salt. But also you can reach the masses with a single post and get all of this feedback and all of this answer. So when we were investing, for example, or starting our investment round, first of all, we invested publicly. So we put that out there on Instagram, which we'll save for another day, but there's just so much tea there. But then when we were doing our investment round, we really had a crazy question where it's like, okay, do we ground this investment round as a safe or in exchange for equity? And if I'm not saying that properly.
No, that's right. Yeah,
okay, is that correct? And we kept on hemming and hawing. I think a safe is a little bit more founder friendly, which is like at our stage of business. A lot of our peers were telling us to go that route, but it just kind of felt a little bit harder. And it wasn't like our investors; they really wanted equity instead. And you know what? We just made a post about it, and the conversations and the feedback that we got from dozens of people, was so fucking relatable and great. And it actually ended up being another CPG founder sent us a DM, just being like, fuck the noise, fuck what everyone's saying. Like, we've done investment rounds 3 times now. We've always done it in exchange for equity, and I wouldn't have changed a thing. Period. Mic drop. That's all we needed to hear.
Yeah. And that was the controversial advice that no one really wanted to give us.
Exactly. But again, and we would have never reached out to this founder for his advice. One,
because you don't think about it.
You don't think about it. And it also takes time. We're doing a million things. But if we can make this one post and hundreds of people will see it, oh my God, now it's almost like a Google search engine for like what you're doing in life, and you'll get an answer back. Like, it's actually pretty crazy. But yeah, I just feel like we've just had so much success with it over the past year for just building Beck's Broth, building our own personal brands, connecting with people in our industry. And I woke up this morning and I checked my LinkedIn and I saw tons of people have been commenting my name on this one post, because there's this post about at a football game, there's a big carafe of bone broth and there's a big carafe of hot chocolate beside it, and everyone's commenting like my name, Dom's name, or like Beck's Broth, being like, yeah, like they've already combined the two, maybe you guys need this on your field. So I'm just getting a lot of like messages there, but then also like there's this one comment, let me just open it up because it was just really,
that one was so cute.
It was so cute. So someone commented just something so nice. He said like, Beck's Broth is a pretty big deal here in these parts, and they're coming for the US market share. They're primed and ready, which I think he was making a little joke because my last name is Prime. And I just responded back like, wow, like what did I do to deserve you? Like, that's so sweet. And then he said, word for word, girl, like you already didn't know, when you're a kind and a decent human being, that makes it easy for people to root for you. Dominique, the whole team. Not to mention that you're building something great that you should be quite proud of. You're an inspiration to many, and I am happy to tell anyone who will listen to you about what you're doing. They might even make a case study in business school someday about you guys.
They already have.
And hey. But this is someone who I've never met in person, and now he's publicly endorsing me across million, like this post had millions of views, and now he's publicly endorsing me. And that's just one example. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, it's not like we're like paying for these friends or anything. It's no, we're showing up being an honest human, and then people are just ride or dies because of that. And it's helping, just become more confident and more businesswomen, because it's like, wow, like that's what you think of us. Like, we must be doing something right, because that is the sweetest comment. Like, I was reading that and I was like, wow, like that's what they think of me.
I know. And then you have all these people backing you, so when you go to make these decisions, it's like, no, I did my research, I did my homework, I talked to people who have done it before.
It can make you so confident.
We even had the CEO of Jameson Wellness, the green supplement bottle company. Mm-hmm. Him and I had been talking, you've been talking to him, and then I posted a question about cybersecurity, and he set me up a meeting with his head of cybersecurity at the company.
Crazy.
Just like so quick. We've never met in person, don't know each other, and people are just so willing to offer up help. Mm-hmm. I hope one day we can be useful to them.
We already have. There's people that are in our DMs that are like, and especially even after the raise, like asking questions, and I do think that we're providing great value back to them, but it's just so cool. And then now that we're growing on LinkedIn, people want us to speak at their events, and it's both our goal to grow our personal brand and become better public speakers this year. And these opportunities are coming to us now because of what people see that we're capable of.
Totally.
And I mean, like, I bet you, like, I'm going to make a post in the next couple of weeks of saying like, hey, like, by the way, Dom and I are talking at a really cool event today, Tech TO. And you know that we're going to get a great picture of us up on that stage, and we're going to post it on LinkedIn after being like, hey, we had this speaking opportunity at Tech TO. We're open to speaking opportunities this year. What do you guys have for us? And I'm sure that's going to develop so many leads, and it's going to be great. And I mean, and guess what? It's a fucking free post. Like, I don't need to pay for something like that, but these opportunities will find us. And that's just really special. All right. We actually went so rogue. Did we even go through any of the questions?
I was just looking at the questions, and I think we really covered everything.
All of it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it can be a really safe place. And there's been a couple of times, there was this one guy that actually commented on a post last week, which was a post about our brand. And I didn't even make the post. It was, I won't name names, but It was a post about Beck's Broth and about our story and how we're right now we're a $5 million business, but this is back when we were doing $1 million in sales. And he commented on and was like, oh, $1 million in sales with like 12 people on like payroll sounds like they're going to get bankrupt like pretty quick. And I just said like, go fucking hug someone.
Yeah.
Like, and I just responded back like with a puke face. I said, ooh, gross. Like someone's insecurities are showing. Like,
yeah.
But they're like, we've been on there for over 365 days and that's like the worst of it.
Yeah.
And then you could just laugh at these people because it's like, bro, like you're a tech millionaire. Like, what are you doing commenting on my stuff? Like, I'm just a little girl. Weirdo.
We are really the positivity police. I always like to say that I have a positivity bubble around me because, there's always going to be some kind of troll online. Yeah. And I just think they're so funny. Yeah. Like, what are you doing? Why are you on the app if you don't?
You can't fuck with us, man. Yeah. Like,
yeah.
We're just here to have a good time, be silly gooses, and live, laugh, love, man.
Literally live, laugh, love. I think that's the theme of LinkedIn of 2026. So homework for you is get on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
It's a great outlet. Even if you just need a creative outlet of a place to write some things down. Yeah. It's so much fun once you get going. And one piece of advice that Becky kind of talked about was just write it down. If you come up with an idea, no matter where you are, just put it in your notes app because those are the little golden nuggets that are going to be really exciting. The real life experiences.
I've been crying on a LinkedIn post that I've had written for months now, and I still can't get it's a very vulnerable one, but I've had it in my notes, and it's like one day that'll come to me. Yes. But you don't need to post anything at any time. It's like as soon as you feel good about it, push the post button.
Exactly.
But, yeah. I had advice early on at one of my first ever trade shows when I was still doing liquid bone broth in glass jars. And I met someone in the industry, my first ever industry professional that I met. And he said, so what's your link? Like, what's your name? I'm going to add you on LinkedIn. I said, sir, I don't have LinkedIn. And he said, your homework when you go home is you better create a LinkedIn account. And that was some of the best advice I've ever gotten because if I didn't, who knows where Beck's Broth would be right now. And I'm just so grateful that I took his advice and got LinkedIn and got comfortable on there. All right. Well, that's a wrap, kids.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Love you so much.
Unhinged Girlies will return in a couple weeks to talk about something else. We're not that prepared yet.
All right. XOXO. Bye.
Bye.